All right, we're recording.
Am
So
I
hey
on? Do I
everybody,
look good?
you look
All
good.
right. All right, cool. Thank you for carving out a few minutes. My name's Chris. I'm the director of client services at Flok. I've been here for like 5 of our 6 years. So I came up with a lot of stuff that you're going to see today. I just moved into a new house, so it looks like I'm in prison right now. But I promise we decorate. But right now it's just my empty new office with this desk and this computer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through just a few quick slides to kind of show you like who we are, what we do. I'll fire it up. And again, if you have chat questions, Ashley, if you want to filter them, I'm happy to answer them live as we go through as well. But what I want to show you today is what roughly, I was telling Ashley before, probably about 1,000 LuLaRoe reps are using today. And we've kind of developed a technology to cater to your world, the way that you operate, your pace, to give you a tool that's simple at doing one very simple job, and that's establishing a very personal, deep connection with your customer base in a scalable, manageable world, right? So when I say like CRM, like customer relationship management, there's probably a few different places that you're going to today, right? Facebook might be one of those places. You might keep track of like sales or points on like the Bless app, or you might use like an Excel document, right? There's probably a variety of different places that you might go to learn like who your customers are, what they're thinking, what they're doing, when's their birthday, when's the last time that they made a purchase, right? What do they think about you? Have they brought you any referrals? These are questions that everybody has, right? And this application gives you a place to get all those answers. So let me fire up my screen just to kind of walk you through everything. And again, any questions that we go through, just let me know. So to give you the history and my history, we started actually in I think 2011. Flok was originally created as the tool to replace those paper punch cards that you probably use at like coffee shops or whatever. It was one of our co-founders actually in Israel, in downtown Tel Aviv, who walked into like a sandwich joint with one of those like paper punch cards, and he like left it in his pants, or like it went through the washing machine, or he lost it. I forgot what it was, but he went into the place that he's been going to for like years, and he pled his case with the business owner. He was like, dude, you know me, I come in here all the time. I swear I had the card. Is there any way you can still give me the free sandwich? And to his surprise, the dude was like, no way. You're just going to have to start over like everybody else. And he treated him, this guy's been going there for years, just like any brand new customer that would have walked through the door. So it was clearly a horrible experience for him and a horrible experience for the business owner. And that's kind of when the light bulb went off. Like, what if we can create that same effect that like a paper punch card has, except do it on your phone? And that's what we came up with. 7 years later, we're a lot more than a paper punch card, but we still have that same simplistic, easy to use, easy to manage type thing, right? We're not really reinventing the wheel here. And when I talk about like what we do and like why it's valuable, like these are the things I typically like to mention, right? It's designed to increase customer value, and value can be equated in a few different ways, right? You can look at your average customer purchase. You can look at a customer's lifetime value. You can look at their purchase frequency. I'll go through all of them. It generates more organic referrals. This is an excellent forum for that. Ashley and I first spoke like a week or two ago, and she said, this is cool. Let me get you on the horn with a few of my other reps, right? So all of you could become organic referrals for us, right? Those are hugely advantageous because when it comes to marketing, I don't have to pay for them, right? You don't have to pay for them either, right? If you can create a great experience for one of your customers, she'll want to share it with her friends because you can basically traffic in what I call social currency. You're much more likely to share something when it makes you look like an insider or an exclusive, right? You have some special deal that they might have not known about. This application traffics in social currency very well. And boosting online rep, right? Just this, especially I think for LuLaRoe is so powerful because of our chat interface. The way that you communicate with customers could be through text, could be over the phone, could be online, could be email. But what you're starting to see and what we're seeing in the marketplace today is everybody prefers to be in the text-based environment. I'll venture a guess that you probably text your friends and your family more than you call them today. So what we're doing is we're creating an environment where you can text in a scalable environment, right? You don't just want to give your cell phone number. Maybe you do, but you don't want to just give your cell phone out to everybody because then you have to go back and be like, who is this? when's the last time they purchased? What do they want again? And it becomes kind of a non-scalable solution. So we've taken the guesswork out of that as well. So who we are, what our history is, these are some, just some stuff that has been written about us in the last like 6 months. The important thing to note for us is we were actually recently acquired by Wix.com. So if you've ever built a website, you might have done it on Wix.com. They're an amazing, like multi-billion-dollar publicly traded company. So my company now has the resources of a huge billion-dollar, like publicly traded company, but the agility of a very small company in this new tiny office, right? So we get the best of both worlds. And what I want to show you today is why this could be valuable for you and how you can get started. And again, any questions that come through, just filter them in through the chat interface. So over the last 7 years, we have roughly 100,000 businesses on the application, and I don't even know how many million users, but it's a lot. And the reason we've been popular is because of our ability to create value. Instead of just showing you like the product, like here's what it looks like and here's how it works, I'm going to do that too, just quickly. I want to describe why the product is valuable and why people use it. More visits or more purchases in your case is something that the punch card does organically. We've seen that you can increase the likelihood of a second purchase by about 30% through the use of something like this digital punch card. And we've measured that across around 10,000 businesses where they see breakage very often, right? Think about all the businesses, especially maybe in retail, that you visited once, right? One place that you went and you popped in, you shopped, and then after you left, that business isn't top of mind enough for you to make a return visit unless your experience is very favorable. First-time customers have a high likelihood of never returning, right? Sometimes somebody might see something, a well-placed ad, or it was just a nifty referral, or they saw something and came across you online through SEO. They make a purchase, they get some leggings, and then you disappeared from their mind, right? I spoke with somebody in February, who got started in November and was able to measure that through like the first wave of purchases she got, she was able to only retain around like 60% of those customers who came in and made the first purchase. So like 40% of the people that could be with her right now aren't, and there's not really an answer for why. The punch card is a tool that you can use to help increase that likelihood of a second purchase, and I'll show you how that works. Higher spend and better yield are super important. Second visiting customers or like loyal customers tend to spend around 40% more per purchase. Again, think about the place that you've been recently where you just walked in for the first time. You don't typically go for the high ticket item, whether you're dining out or going to shop or going to get a coffee. You don't typically go for the big ticket items during your first visit. You do that once they get used to you. But I think the real difference maker is the two that you'll see at the bottom: less work and less cost, right? If you're home right now, or if you're like Ashley in her cave of clothes, and looks like she just got like 6 new boxes in, you understand the value of time, right? For me, I'm home right now too, right? I spend time with my wife and my daughter as much as I can. I don't want this, like Flok, to be another thing that I have to manage, right? Another thing I have to spend time on. One of the things that I'll spend a lot of time talking about is the automatic nature of our technology, right? Imagine being able to tell your customers like happy birthday automatically, or being able to tell them, we miss you, we haven't seen you in a while, here's a special offer that you should check out, or we're running a flash sale today, right? Here's a special deal, right? And when you do that, it creates almost like an Amber Alert, right? It's an app, right? That's what we've built, right? So it sends out notifications to the right person at the right time. And what I like to think of it is like smart marketing as opposed to like mass marketing. If any of you wanted to, you can spend some money on like a Constant Contact or like a MailChimp, dump in a bunch of emails and blast out your message, right? To me, it's reminiscent of like hunting with a shotgun, right? You have one big shot and fires a bunch of pellets. Whatever it hits, great. It's awesome, but you're not necessarily like really having to aim with a shotgun. Flok is more like a rifle that fires in all directions automatically, and it always hits the right target, right? I can see some of you, right? So raise your hand if you have a Gmail account or a Yahoo Mail account. Okay, mostly everybody's probably going to have a Gmail now, right? If you ever notice, right, and I guess I'm not my personal email, but you probably see like three tabs, like promote your inbox, then like your social, and then promotions, right? Some people don't even go to promotions anymore. I don't anymore, but if you click on that, you'll see every sale at every retail place you've ever been to. Old Navy, Banana Republic, Gap, all the outlets that you've ever shopped on, people that bought your email address or you gave it to them are all hitting you with that same message. And as a result, millennials today, I'm 31, most of them that are actually graduating college today don't even use personal email. You can say you heard it here first. In 10 years, personal email is going to die. It won't exist anymore. It's being replaced by mobile marketing, social media, and applications, most notably. If you're having a barbecue, you don't send an email anymore, right? You just create an event for it. If you're sending something to somebody, you text them, right? You don't send emails to your friends. There's a lot of different ways that the marketplace is shifting. And what we're seeing is that those big blast mass notifications that will all just sit in your promotional folder are getting lower and lower read rates, and marketers all over the place are kind of scratching their heads like, why aren't people reading our emails? I think we need to change our content or maybe edit our letterheader, right? Like that doesn't matter anymore. This application is something where it's not only smarter, but it's just way faster. So let me just briefly walk you through. If you wanted to get started, we offer like a 14-day trial. You can play with the application. You'd work with me personally. This isn't like a, hey, good luck, I hope it works out for you type thing. Again, we work in a small organization, so we're very personal with the people that we work with, and it's easy to get started, right? So you would go online, and I would walk you through this if you want, and design your mobile application, your logos, your colors, your look, your feel, your link to your website, social media pages, all these stuff about you that kind of makes you you. It's just planting your flag, and again, the setup takes about like 3 minutes to do. The digital punch card, which will live on your customer's phone, becomes a very easy way for you to keep track of purchases. So you can see who are your best customers, who haven't purchased in a while, who just joined today. You'll be able to see all of that. And the really cool part is you can control their punch cards. So I'll show you how, like, if somebody makes a purchase online or a big purchase and you want to make sure that purchase is recognized and their value is appreciated. Just as easy as sending a text message to your friends, you can go on to the Flok business app and credit them with, say, like 3 punches. Instantly, their phone will buzz and it'll say, congratulations, you just got 3 punches from LuLaRoe, Ashley Brown, right? Or whatever your name is. But it's just a really easy way for you to track value and for them to understand where they are in the process. So they're always trying to make the next purchase, right? It's always about constant momentum. This is a look at your CRM, customer relationship management, right? Imagine being able to see in one place every single one of your customers, their picture, the date they joined your club, how many punches they have, their birthday, what they thought about their shopping experience, how many rewards they've used. You get to see all of that. And with the new business app, you'll be able to see that all on your phone as well. So it'll archive all of your customers, all of your communication, every question that they've asked you. You can see what rewards they've used for, like, what offer they really liked. And you can chat with them, right? Maybe you want to send out a chat message to Melissa and just say hi, right? Or tell her, like, hey, we have a new item that I thought you might really like. You can send that out through the chat interface on the app, where she can go to see all the rewards that she has available, her chats with you, how many more punches she needs to complete her card. All that is in one place, and you have it here on your laptop or your iPad, anything with an internet connection, really, or your phone, right? If you're very religious with your phone, I am, you can do it all from your phone. And when I mention, like, saving time, I'll just breeze through the product itself. You'll see there's little messages where it's total set and forget, right? Within 5 minutes, you can have your app, all of your rewards, your design, and these little campaigns set up where on your customer's birthday, we capture that information. We have a really nice partnership with Facebook. They contracted us to build a really cool chat bot, which I'll show you. And as a result, we get a really nice integration with the application. So I can capture things like sex, age, your birthday, even where you're standing. right now using things like your location services. I hope that doesn't sound like super creepy, but your mobile applications give you a lot of really cool information that you can use to market very intelligently. But you don't need to develop any of this stuff, right? We've already built it. You just tell the app, like, on my customer's birthday, here's what I want to tell them. Here's what I want to give them. If somebody doesn't come into my website or purchase with me for 30 days, this is what I want to give them, right? You can just set up your own campaigns like this. The app just runs for you, right? The only thing you need to do is just kind of add in customers, periodically as you get new ones. You want them to participate with this because it means a stronger lifetime value for you. And I love these examples here too, especially the expiration reminder. This little chat bot, which I'll show you, he knows, he's basically like a marketing assistant. When I say chat bot, think about a little robot that does all of the thinking for you. He's constantly looking at all your customers for an opportunity, right? He's looking at somebody who just joined to tell them, like, hey, welcome to the club. Here's something that maybe you should check out. He's looking for people who have a reward that's about to expire and he wants to point them to your website. He's looking for people on their birthday, right? So this little chatbot is kind of like doing all the marketing for you. So again, you can just see the big picture, but you don't actually have to turn any of the wheels yourself. The expiration reminder is a great example of that, where we can build urgency as rewards begin to kind of start collecting dust. It'll ping him and say, hey, your little thing is about to expire. You better go online, click here, make that purchase. And the bot manager is so easy. You can actually teach it things about you. This is one of the things I'm going to be doing for Ashley this week, where if you have new items, right? So I think I saw like 4 boxes that she just got. Maybe there's something in that box that she wants to highlight, some new item or something that, she has an inventory that she wants to start moving, where she wants to highlight it on the application. What you can do is tell the chat bot, maybe something about a special sale. So you can teach it things and say, like, do you have any new items, or is there anything you'd recommend for the spring? Right? And then as a response to that question, Ashley can include a photo of her new item and a link to it, right? Like, you can do your own stuff, right? The app knows how to answer basic questions like, well, what's your phone number again? Or what are the specials or like the deals that you guys have going on? It just pulls it from your content that you've already uploaded, but you can teach it things too. You can include photos, links, everything, right? So it basically creates favorable conversations for you. Let me pull up our chat interface. You might go over this, but are there any messages about those things, carrots, and what those are? Yes. Let me save that for the end. I will go over that. That's probably one of the most valuable things that we have for LuLaRoe, just because you're not confined in an operational space to your 4 walls, right? A coffee shop wants to market to the people immediately around its vicinity. You don't have a vicinity, and that's hugely advantageous. Excellent question. I'll talk about carrots. They're included for free on the promotion that I'll give you. It's the same one that I gave Ashley. So all of you will have access to them as well. Email. We have email. Like I mentioned, I think email is going to die in 10 years. So for now, it should be free. And with us, it's free. We have an email marketing tool. It's all pretty simple. You can create your own email templates. You can customize headers. You can include your logos. You can design it with call to actions, hyperlinks back to your website, photos, all the standard stuff. The only thing that it doesn't have, if you're comparing it to like a Constant Contact or a MailChimp, is list management. What that means is maybe Grace wants to send an email to list A, and then a different email to like list B. You don't have like 2 lists with us, right? But most of the time your email is kind of like a newsletter. So as long as it's generally the same message, unlimited email. That really kind of comes with like no asterisk. When I say unlimited email, I mean you can send as many emails as you want, and you don't have to pay for them. So that's another cool thing that we've built. And the other thing I wanted to show is the Flok beacon. If anybody can see Ashley, maybe she can hold it up. I think she got hers today. The beacon device is about the size of a men's wallet. It runs on 4 AA batteries. It lasts 5 years, and it's got a range of like 60 feet.
And it's cute.
Yeah, so this device, if you're doing a pop-up or you're doing a party or something like that, you can keep this with you. Again, it's very small, so you can keep it in your purse or bring it with you, or if they're coming to you, it's already there. Totally wireless, totally pre-programmed. And what it does is it detects somebody that has the app when they walk in, right? So as soon as they get close, it basically wakes their phone up and greets them like, welcome, Melissa. Come on in and see whatever you want it to say, right? You can actually program the beacon to greet you in any way that you want. Um, and outside of the beacon, when we think about, these are called like geolocation messages, using where your location is, your thing is timed. You probably noticed that like when you go on like Facebook or Instagram, anytime you see like an ad, it's like, it's curious. Like I'm moving and I'm getting ads for like brown couches on Instagram, right? That's not an accident, right? That's a marketer who knows that I'm new. I must have just registered. There's a new address here. He's probably looking for furniture. There's a furniture store down the street. Here's a message to that user, right? That's hyper targeted marketing. You can do stuff like that too, where maybe you want to send a message to anyone in the Miami area who has the Flok application and is female and is 35 years old, right? Who goes and shops actively at retail stores in Miami, and you want to target them. That is a carrot. I think that was Melissa who asked that question before. These come included. It's basically, to me, like the fast forward button, right? You probably have like a group of customers that you're already working with. All of them should get on this, right? It's a loyalty program, right? They're only going to get stuff for participating, and we make it very easy to participate. Before I jump into carrots too, like it's important to mention, like when I say loyalty, it's such a fuzzy word. If you ask, like if you know a small business owner in your town, a coffee shop, restaurant, bar, gym, salon, ask them, just as a exercise of futility, ask them, hey, what's your business's loyalty like here, right? It's very difficult to answer that question. It's vague. It's not naturally something that comes to the top of your mind, like, oh, it's, about 80% of our customers are returning customers. No one in the history of my career has said that to me. They usually say, it's pretty good, or yeah, our customers really like us. But you can't put a pulse on that, right? And when it comes to creating loyalty, think about the businesses that are doing that today that are all probably ones that you've experienced yourselves. If you've went shopping recently, and I'll say Old Navy as an example, even though I'm literally head to toe in Old Navy right now. I always use them as a bad example, but I love Old Navy. I go there all the time, and I get the same speech at checkout when I bring my wife, my daughter. We go there for baby clothes, my stuff. Every time I get to checkout, they're like, would you like to join our loyalty club and save 5% today? And I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, all right, have a great day. And then I'm gone, right? I actually said yes just to see, like, well, what would it be like if I joined your loyalty program? And I really wanted to save 5%, right? And they're like, oh, okay, somebody said yes. I don't know what to do. And I think a manager came over, and then they pulled out a clipboard and said, here you go, register for our credit card. And then when you're done filling out this form and holding up the line, then you'll save your 5%. I said, no thanks. Now think about your environment, right? Now, what is it going to take for one of your customers to participate? They download a free application. It takes 30 seconds, and they join your club. That's the whole process, takes 30 seconds. The moment that they do that, you'll see we can create a little welcome reward, right? So if you go on your Facebook page and promote like, hey ladies, great news, we have a new loyalty program, get all kinds of great rewards, get your own punch card today. You can throw out the paper one. We'll even catch you up so you won't lose any points at all. And the best news is all new members that join get free shipping off their next purchase, right? Something like that, right? Should be something small, low margin, but you can create participation very easily within your current customer base, but it still begs the same question that Melissa asked. How do I get new customers, right? How do I get somebody new on the application? We have them by the millions, right? We have so many people using the application in so many markets now. The huge advantage for LuLaRoe is that you're not confined to a specific marketplace. You can target specific areas. So if you want to target people that are local to you, you can do that. The only thing you need to tell the application is I'm looking for females between 25 and 35 within a 10-mile radius of my area. And what we'll do is basically send them what we call a carrot. So to answer your question, a carrot is a push message to an active user who already has the Flok app with an incentive to join your club and redeem a reward by making a purchase with you. So it's kind of like a carrot on a stick is the best way to think about it. And the cool part about this is it only targets highly active users. It wouldn't make sense for us to send a carrot to a customer instructing them to join a business that they haven't heard of, because they haven't heard of you yet. The carrot basically creates the introduction, who hasn't used the application like 6 months, right? We all have them on our phone right now. I'll try to come up with a good example for one that I have that I haven't used in a really long time. Yahoo Fantasy Sports. That football season ended 3 months ago, 2 months ago, and I haven't used this application in 2 months. It's just sitting on my phone collecting dust. If that's Flok and they haven't used it in 2 months, they're not eligible to get a carrot. The only people that are eligible to get a carrot is somebody that has made a purchase, like punched their card, redeemed a reward, or checked in at a business on the Flok app within the last 2 weeks. So we're only targeting the most active users. And the objective here is to get them to join your club. How do they do that? Is they tap the message. Text messages today come with an 88% read rate. It's insane. Email is like 5%. So these come with an insanely high read rate, and the only thing we need to make the user do is tap on your message. The moment they do that, they're instantly added to your club, and poof, you'll see them here on your CRM. Your phone can show you that you just got a new customer that joined your club, and now you own them. You have their email. You can send them push messages. You can chat with them. They're yours, right? The carrot is what it sounds like. It's kind of like the carrot on a stick metaphor. Let me go back to the chat and make sure I'm still answering questions. Can you send a carrot to anyone who has the app, not just anyone on your page? Yes, that's exactly what carrots are. You have, with the plans that I would set you up with, you have unlimited messaging. You could send as many push notifications to the people you want that are in your club as you want, right? Unlimited chat, email, push notifications. You can have unlimited members, rewards, all that stuff. It's a really good question that Ali just asked, because so many businesses are doing the pay as you grow model. If you've ever sponsored an ad on Facebook or used like those email guys, like the MailChimps and the Constant Contacts, like I mentioned, the more you use it, the more you have to pay, right? As your campaign grows, so do your costs. With Flok, it doesn't do that. It's a single fixed rate. It's probably less than you'd spend on coffee each month, to be honest. But carrots are a great example where you could send them to anyone that has the Flok app, but you refine your target, right? You probably don't want to target like dudes in Watkinsville, Georgia, like me. You maybe want to target like females in this area, at this age range that are targeting or shopping at retail places. Keep in mind, the moment you download the application, you tell it who you are, right? So I tell Flok as soon as I download the app, hey, I'm Chris, I'm 31, I'm in Watkinsville or Bogart, Georgia. I just moved here. I don't even know what town I'm in yet. But I'm here and I'm into coffee shops. I like restaurants. I'm definitely going to pick bars. Retail, okay. Barbershops, definitely. But salons, no thanks. Spas, no thanks. And the health and beauty, no thanks, right? I can tell the app who I am and what I like. So now when you want to pick a carrot campaign, it's only targeting the people that have said, yeah, I'm into that kind of thing, right? So we target the best of the best. Let me close my little message because I'm going to have to train somebody after this. Go back up to my thing. Okay, so that's a great question. Yes, you can target a carrot to anybody. I had 2 people tell me they didn't have space on their phone for the app. Is there any way they can use a desktop version? They can connect with you via email. We have the email marketing tool for people that don't have space on the application, but that's a cop-out. Our application is 1/6 the size of Facebook, so it is a very, 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 very small application in terms of memory. I was showing Ashley before the new iPhone 7 because of the fact that the new phones come with 168 gigs of storage, which means I can put 30 movies on my phone along with all my applications and like 500,000 songs. So I think it'll become less and less of a problem. But again, clean your phone up too. Again, you can probably find like 6 applications in your phone that you don't use anymore. That person probably purchases with you maybe like once a month, once every few weeks. It's not only going to give you rewards, but it allows you to interactively communicate with your customers. And it's very, very, very small. You could check it against the other applications. So that's a really good question. If they do want to connect with you on desktop, just grab their email address. The really cool part about our email campaigns is when you send out like a newsletter, it can create like its own like ongoing marketing campaigns where the goal of those campaigns are always simple. Wants to get them to download the application, right? So maybe they don't have space on their phone today. They might have it in like 3 weeks. They can click the email. Most people check their email from their phone today. So they can just tap on it and then get the application. It's a great question. And for those folks who don't have a smartphone or have like a flip phone or something like that, we get that all the time too. You can add them in. They can connect with you through Facebook Messenger, and you can kind of track their points that way. And email is always an option where they can still stay connected. So it is truly an everybody can play type thing, but the ideal marketplace is, of course, anyone who has a smartphone. And when I say smartphone, I mean Android, iPhone, any operating system dating back to like 2008. Even if you're chronically, like if you have, like I have a broken iPhone 4S here, and I got the new one that I have to set up. I have an old phone from 7 years ago, and the Flok app runs like very smooth, very fast on even an old operating system. So it doesn't matter what phone you have, as long as it's a smartphone, it'll work just fine. Excellent question. One of the other things I want to show you too, we have like 7 minutes, I don't want to hold you for too long, is the reputation management piece. Imagine being able to capture feedback about their shopping experience right after they check out. The application has the ability to kind of politely tap a customer on the shoulder after they've got a punch on their card to say, hey, how was your shopping experience? You can customize it to have any copy that you want, but it allows you to capture feedback in real time. How many people check out knowing that they didn't get the item that they were looking for, or they were hoping to get something new for the spring, they didn't find it, right? But they bought something anyway. Being able to learn that right after they check out gives you more tools on how to manage your inventory or what to get next. But it's, of course, this is a loyalty tool. If they really didn't like you, they probably wouldn't have joined your loyalty club. So what you'll start to see is overwhelmingly positive feedback coming in, like, oh my God, Ashley's so great, so friendly. Every time I talk to her, she's so great. She's always got all the best stuff. Couldn't recommend her more highly. 5 stars. Ashley can take that content that was just created on the application and share it to her Facebook page, right? It becomes user-generated content that allows you to flesh out your page and let all your other friends and followers know, like, oh, wow, I didn't know she had a loyalty program. I should join. And look at this. I get a cool deal for free shipping off my first purchase. What else? I'm going to answer a few more questions. Analytics, so important. Just being able to see what's happening. And you have this right on your phone. There's a picture of it here if you're in front of your computer. It allows you to see how many customers you have participating in your program, how many new members you got this week, how many punches you've issued, how many rewards were redeemed. You can also track which users gave you feedback, like how many stars, when. You have a full chat archive, so you can see your full communication history. You can see the performance of your campaigns. So like when you send a message out for like, today and today only, we're doing like free shipping, how many people got it, how many people opened it, how many people used it. And you can see all this on your phone now. Of course, we have the dashboard, so you can sign in online, but you have it all right there on your phone. And it becomes a really easy tool for you to measure, a very simple tool to determine, like, is this working? The first thing you're going to notice is your sales will start to lift. That's the more immediate effect, aside from all like the nice bells and whistles of saving time and being easy to manage. We're in the business of making money. That's why we built this, is to help small business owners like you to make more money, because it's no secret, it is so much more cost effective to retain an existing customer than it is to go out and get a new one. You can spend a ton of money on marketing. Getting new customers today is easy. It's just expensive. You can ask like Groupon. They do a great job at bringing somebody a new customer for a very, very steep cost, and then giving you no guarantees that you're going to keep that person. What Flok does is it helps kind of create more recurring customers. It turns your existing marketplace into more valuable customers, and it does that through the use of everything that we just looked at. Right there on their phone, right there on your phone, easy to manage, two-way street. We have a few more questions coming in, and then I'll open it up, see if anyone else has any questions. I want to switch people over from the piece of paper. Can I keep track of their punches? Yeah. So if you're using a paper punch card today too, and they're kind of like sending them in as a redemption process, a lot of people doing that today. This becomes a very easy transition. You can control their punch cards using the business application and our dashboard. You can't see it right here. I'll go back to the CRM so I can give you a better example. Or maybe I'll just pull up a live dashboard. Do I have one? Yeah, sure. I have this place in Missoula, Michigan. If anyone's there, Flower Coffee just joined today. Let's go over to their club and click on customers. And you're going to see my colleague Ross. He works for me. He joins everyone's club, so he's one of their first club members. Say Ross has a paper punch card and he had 9 punches and he just joined my club and made a purchase. I want to actually give him his 10th punch and then tell him throw away that paper punch card, right? I can add punches right here to complete his punch card. I can do that right from his profile. You'll see this exact same profile on the application. So I can see here's Ross's little picture. He joined our club on March 8th. He's got a birthday coming up in December. He's got 9 punches on his card. He's currently sent us 1 chat, and he's received our welcome reward for coming soon. They just joined today. But you'll be able to see a profile like this where if you're using the paper cards, just have them send them in. And then as soon as they download the application, you can just give them as many punches as they had. So they're picking up right where they left off. That's a really, really good question. And then another question was, I want to keep track of them myself. This will be awesome. Yes, you're right. You'll be able to keep track of everyone's profile. Again, it's right here in the dashboard. I'll actually pull up another example. I'll do a LuLaRoe one just to give you guys a more specific example. Let's see. We have so many. Stephanie Whitmore. Let's pick you. Another one in Michigan. All right. So I'm going to go to Stephanie's club and click on her customers. And this is what you'll see. All right, so here's Stephanie. Nobody tell her that I just showed you her profile. I'm going to fuzz this out soon, but I can select all my customers and send 159 people a message right now for no money. I can also see my most valuable customers, right? So here's Connie Evans, who has 80 punches. She's completed 8 whole punch cards. Connie's got a birthday coming up in 2 months, so maybe I'll send her something. She's used 11 rewards and opened 94 of the 96 messages I've sent her. Total rock star. And she's made 11 shares to Facebook, either checking in or sharing her rewards or sharing her completed punch cards to her friends on Facebook. And we can see all of them. Killing it on the punch card. She's redeemed her last one 5 days ago. She unlocked the punch card. She's also got the lucky reward where she gets 1 free legging with her purchase. This is like a random fun one, selects every like 50th purchase. But this is a clear example. You want to keep track of everybody. You want to manage it yourself. Click on her profile. Here's Connie. She just completed her card. If I want to give her some punches, I can do that right from here. So you can control everything. Your customers have the connection, but when I say CRM, customer relationship management, this is exactly what I need. One place where you can see all your customers, who they are, how valuable they are, and what they're doing. Great question. And that's it. I don't want to have you sit in front of a computer and listen to me for too long. I'm going to end my screen share, right? Okay, I'm done. If you have questions, I'm happy to take them live. I will have Ashley send around like a little link if she hasn't already done so. If you want to get started, try it for first 2 weeks. You'd work with me. I would make sure you're comfortable. It's growing. You're happy. You get it. But again, this is a layup. If you got started with us 6 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, we would have had some more heavy lifting to do. But it's pretty much a do-it-yourself type thing that does it itself. But I guess I can take any questions if anyone has anything that I didn't cover, wants to see anything specific. We have some good use cases and case studies that I can show you too. From other reps that just got started. It's kind of hard to see downfield, like how's this going to work, how valuable it's going to be. It usually takes about a month for this thing to like really click, like wow, this is awesome. It's working. Because again, the only thing you have to do is just add people to your club. And even if you don't feel like doing that, Carrots will do that for you. So it's a win-win. Regardless of how much time you want to commit to it, it will kind of run on its own. That's it. I will stop talking now. Any questions, feel free to shout them out or put them through chat and I'll get them answered for you.
Okay.
So they can add themselves to your group, right? Like you don't have to add everyone individually. They can
Absolutely. Absolutely. Most of the times, like when you get started, it starts with like a little Facebook post or an email to everybody or whatever. They can download the application. If they're in your area, they'll actually just see you right at the top of the page, but they can just search for you by name. We have like a very easy labeling tool to make it easy to find you. And they just tap to join your club. Like I would say like the majority of the people that join are just going to do it themselves. It makes it easy for them to participate at their own pace. Great question.
Yeah, I shared it on my Facebook page. Told them to download the app and then search for me, and that's what I've done to have customers start it. I did put on there your referral program, so there's a link there for a referral program. But do you want to talk about that a little bit too? Because I know that they'll get their own links as well to share with their teams.
All right. So Ashley was kind enough to set up this forum. There's going to be a link that you'll get. You can basically claim the exclusive pricing. Like, don't go on the Flok.com. You're just going to see like what the pricing is that we have online. I'll send you the exclusive pricing that I'm offering to all of Ashley's team, and you will have the same thing that you can offer. So anybody that you're working with, you'll have your own link. You send it to them, they sign up. Even if they like click on it and then like a month goes by and then they sign up later, I'm able to basically like tag their session and identify them as coming from your source pool. We give $50 to you for every referral that signs up, and we give them a free month. So all of you, as you know, thank you to Ashley, will get a free month from us, along with like a 14-day trial period. And then Ashley will get a referral fee for everybody that signs up. You'll enjoy the same bonus. Again, our huge thing, we have over 1,000 LuLaRoe reps. It started with, I think, 4 or 5 people. We haven't done paid advertising, right? So it's just a snowball effect of referrals that we've been able to build, and we thank them pretty aggressively. So you'll have your own link and a little referral code. Very easy to manage, track. And I ask everybody that signs up too, how did you hear about us? So even if somebody slips through the cracks and they mention you, I'm just going to credit you anyway. I usually talk to everyone personally, so I have to be very diligent with marketing attribution, because when we spend as much money as we do on Facebook, I need to account for every dollar. So when I see somebody that just goes to Flok.com, my first question, especially if you're a LuLaRoe rep, is who told you to come here? Who sent you? That's my first question.
Awesome. Melissa had a question. She said she's been using the Flok app for about 2 weeks now, and she's had 2 people redeem birthday rewards. How does she mark them as used? And then second question is, are messages to club members free, like what the bot does? She thinks she was mixing up messages and carrots.
Yeah, so your carrots are different from your messages. Your messages are basically like any message that you send out, like if you send a chat to one person or a reward to everybody, if you have some of like the automatic notifications on, like all those will be contributing towards like your basic inventory. We do have like a deal that's pretty awesome where it comes to just getting unlimited access, like emails, members, push notifications, and it basically gives your carrot credit like a 10x boost that you just get a disbursement every year. But carrots are the only thing that don't come unlimited, because otherwise you can hit every single phone that has my application, and that's like 50.
Okay, I unmuted myself so I can clarify what I'm asking. I signed up directly from the website because Ashley and I did this the same day. She basically told me, hey, you need this, and I went on and did it. So really, she's the one who told me. So maybe if you want to switch me however you need to do it. But I was confused. I didn't get the call, the explaining call. So I wasn't sure if there is a limit to messages I can send, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, the one that you picked online, there is a limit. I think Ross probably reached out to you. Maybe he missed you when you first got set up. I see your profile here.
Okay.
I'll send you. I have your contact information. I'll send you a follow up, and I'll give you because you went online. That's totally fine. I can switch you over and set you up. I'll send you all your different options in an email. But yeah, when you go online, I mean, there's different levels. There's like starter, pro, or like VIP, and then like unlimited. The unlimited plan, truthfully, is like $1,200 a year online. It'll be around 5x less for all of you if you guys really want to get started. It's just a really great way, and honestly, it's the best deal that we have because it totally future proofs your marketing costs. If you don't break past like your limits in like the first like few months, maybe 6 months, a year, eventually, if this thing does its job, you're going to. So the smarter move would be to just hunker down, grab the deal now, and then that's your costs for life. Um, we have a bunch of deals going on. I'll send you all of them offline if that's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I see your profile here. I'll make sure to tag it correctly.
And then I had people, I don't know how to change it. I had people redeem these rewards, but I don't know how to check them off. And then another person used their joining reward, which is 10% off one item. And on her phone, it said, please show this to an employee within 10 minutes. But we're like online, so I wasn't sure if I could change that.
Yeah, there's two ways to solve this. First is that in the next about 3 weeks, I think 3 weeks, maybe a month, we are developing a redemption process. This is a really great question that we get from almost everybody is I want to basically take a reward away from somebody. I was explaining this to Ashley before. The only reason it doesn't exist today is that coffee shop, Flower Coffee in Missoula, Michigan. If I gave them the ability to do that and he just wanted to be stingy and take a reward away from somebody who already got it, once I build that, he'll have the ability to do that. So we have to just be very careful with how we develop it. But within the next few weeks, Melissa, you'll have the ability to actually mark a reward as redeemed yourself. We do have the notes tool where you can basically note like anytime that you do that. You can also put like very quick expirations on them, so it kind of pulls it away right away. But what I would also do, just to help kind of solve this in the next 3 weeks as they're going through it, and I'll show you instead of tell you, is let's go.
You can use mine if you want to.
Let me use Melissa's because I have hers right here.
Okay, cool.
This will be very specific, Melissa, since you're asking the question. Do you mind if I just pull up your dashboard momentarily?
Yeah.
Okay.
The person who used the birthday thing yesterday is named Amy Griswold.
All right. So let's pull up your club. Amy Griswold just joined your club yesterday. Well, it's her birthday this month, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Griswold, 3/16. That's my mom's birthday. Yeah, so it was just Amy's birthday. Here's her profile. She currently has 9 punches on her card. She has the birthday reward. In 10 days, the reward is going to get removed from her phone. It's an important note that I'll share with everybody. When it's your birthday, if you're born in the beginning of the month or the end of the month, it's like your birthday month that you have to be able to use that reward. So if Amy is born on the 16th, like she is right now, on the 1st, she actually would get a notification. She joined on the 19th, so she kind of like just got it. It's like her birthday like 3 days ago, but we're not going to say, hey, too bad, you got to wait till next year. She would get a notification on the 1st of the month. It says, hey, happy birthday. Your birthday is coming up. You can enjoy 20% off, 25% off one item is what Melissa has here. This is awesome, right? So she gets that at the beginning of the month. She can use it whenever she wants, but at the end of the month, it just destroys it from her phone automatically. So you don't have to worry about like her being able to say like, hey, I didn't use that birthday reward, right? Like it just gets pulled off at the end of the month. And in about 3 weeks, we're going to have the ability for you, Melissa, to just go on and redeem it for them. What I would suggest doing, and this is something that's very popular, you have access to this too, and I'll be sure to get you guys the unlimited access too. This is the bot manager page. So what I would do is just destroy everything, right? So you're seeing like, how do I punch my card? And it plays like this little slick video, like, hey, here's how you punch your card, right? But maybe you're doing that for them, right? Just turn all this stuff off, and you could add your own message like, how do I redeem a reward on Flok, right? And then what you can actually do is add in your own links, images to the reward itself or whatever you want, to basically create a little bit of direction for them. Because most of the times when somebody says like, wait a minute, what do I do? they're going right to the chat interface, you can just answer their questions for them and point them online. If we want to, and maybe Ashley, if this is possible too, we've already built this for Banana Republic. They're like my biggest client ever. And what they wanted is a point of sale system tool where when you get a reward, like 25% off for your birthday, you get a little code for that, right? And maybe it's like a little alphanumeric code. What I can do is on the application is when somebody gets a reward is give them a code where instead of having them redeem it on their phone, it points them to your website online, where as long as the code is compatible on your website, I can dynamically display them on the app. And I can do that today. That is built, right? But in 3 weeks, we're going to be improving the user experience for anybody that operates either e-com, online, any of that, where they don't physically see their customers, because it's a great question. That's nothing that you're doing wrong. But I would just create a little bit more direction for them using the chat bot. And if we want to go through the code bank, we can probably discuss that offline. It takes me like a few hours to build it and push it out live. The only thing I need to do that is get the codes. But that's another option that you have as well. So we're going to be building something new there.
Awesome.
Great questions.
Back right now by putting it in my notes in my CRM about them, like 10% off code used, or redeemed first card in the shed, or whatever.
It's a Band-Aid on a larger wound, but I like to call it's kind of like a good problem to have. You'll be able to keep track of it, and you can also put like expirations on each reward just to make sure it's not something that's just going to sit in their phone like in perpetuity forever. You can just kind of pop it off, where the nice part about the expiration is, say you put it at like a month, the app can use like those expiration reminders and then ping that person. If it's still on their phone after like a week and they haven't like clicked redeem to use it, it could remind them like, hey, you haven't redeemed this reward. And it creates one of two call to actions. Either, wait a minute, I think I did redeem this reward. You could tell them like, oh, just make sure you click that, right? You don't want to end up like confusing the system or something like that. Or if they haven't actually used the reward, it creates the urgency to do that. But there's two solutions that we've already built. We just haven't pushed it out into production. One of which can be live right now. The other which will be live in about a month once I build it on Android and iPhone.
Awesome. Does anybody else have any other questions? You've got another meeting you got to jump off and get to.
I moved it, so if there's any other questions, I can stick around for another 16 minutes.
Okay. Al, do you have anything? No? Okay. Mel, you good? Grace, you good? Now Liz is on here. Karen, everybody's good. Awesome. So next steps, Chris.
Yeah. What I'll do, I just went to like full screen and then I see everybody up front. Hold on 1 second. There we go. What I'll do is I'll send a link. It'll be Ashley's link with everything that you need. And I'll send my contact info. If you have questions and you just want to chat about it one-on-one and talk more about like your personal goals, this is meant to be something very personal, right? This isn't like a one-size-fits-all type thing. So I'll send around the link with everything that you need. You can go through. You'll have the first 14 days to kind of try it out with everything. If you don't like it, like just cancel. We don't hold hostages. Full refund, like no questions asked. If you get any hassle, just mention, say, I know Chris Ryan, and there's only like 20 people at the company, and they're all afraid of me. So they'll just send you to me anyway. So just say my name if you're upset, and I'll talk to you and I'll take care of it. And then everybody gets a free month because you came from Ashley, and Ashley gets credit too.
Hey guys, he's our digital rewards program version of Jake.
Yeah, I'm. Is that the accounting guy?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
okay, will you post that on the team page that I added to?
Yes, I'll send that around right after this meeting.
What I'll do, guys, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and then anybody who's jumped on here from Pumped Up Chicks, once I get it uploaded, I'll copy and paste it over to Pumped Up Chicks as well. Chris, that's another team that we've invited on this as well. It's kind of like our upline team.
It's like the like another group, you mean?
Yes, it's a whole nother
Okay.
page. So I just have to talk with Brittany. She's the one in charge of that page, and Kate. And I'll just post it over there as well. So anybody that's jumped on from that page today, don't worry, I'll make sure that I get it over there for you too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's great. I'll have the link on there for everybody probably within the hour. And wait, let me just send this along in the chat before I go. Christopher@works.com 289-7852. I just sent my contact info to everybody as well. Like I mentioned, my company got acquired, so I'm Christopher at Wix. I used to be Chris at Flok, so it was a lot shorter, but I'm Christopher at Wix now. So you can email me or call me. That's my cell too. You can text if you want, if you like to text. And I'll send a link on the group page in less than an hour.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to end recording right here.